Okay, I'm going to start out this video stating that even with this video, I would still much rather prefer Sony come up with a new contract with Marvel Studios to bring Tom Holland back to the MCU. He really is the best on-screen Spider-Man and embodies the personalities of a teenager perfectly. But with recent tweets and reports, it doesn't look like Sony and Marvel Studios will be coming to an agreement anytime soon. So I have decided to make this video on why Sony's last Spider-Man movie without Marvel Studios, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, proves that Sony does not need Marvel Studios. Note, this isn't an actual review of the movie, this is more of a breakdown, so here we go. Okay, so Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is a 2018 computer-animated movie by Sony Pictures Animation. It follows teenager Miles Morales as he becomes Spider-Man and interacts with the other Spider-Men. No, that doesn't sound right because there's two women in this movie. Spider People. There we go. Okay, so that's the basic plot of this movie, but there's so much more than that. Spoiler warning, if you have not seen Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, there will be major spoilers, so be cautioned. Let's start with Miles Morales. Even though he's not Peter Parker, he acts exactly like him. Like Tom Holland, he wants to be a normal kid, but he has to deal with his powers. He acts like a normal kid in front of other people, but he still has difficulty with it. Okay, this is where I might throw some people off. I love the twist with Miles' Uncle Aaron, with him being the villain of the Prowler, and he tries to kill Miles not knowing that it is him. He then finds out that it is Miles and realizes that he can't kill his nephew, but the Kingpin shoots and kills Prowler. Then Miles and Prowler have a conversation before Prowler completely dies. That I think it means a lot. It's this line right here.
No, Miles. I'm sorry. I wanted you to look up to me. I let you down, man. I let you down. You're the best of all of us, Miles. You're on your way. Just keep going.
Okay, I know that was a really long clip, so let's just hope I don't get copyright striked. But I feel like it was really important to show the entire clip. This is so important because it shows that even though his uncle was evil, it still shows that he wanted his nephew. He still wants his nephew to do good and go down the right path. Now, I know that people are going to say, but I don't want another Uncle Ben death. And I'm not saying that they have to do that. But what makes this Uncle Death so intriguing is that he is evil, but he still wants his nephew Miles to do good, and he is upset because he couldn't be the good uncle he wanted to be. And this proves that even for an animated movie, it can still be as complex as a lot of adult dramas. And the scene that comes right after that, when Miles' dad, who is a cop, holds a gun to his son when he doesn't know that it is him. This stuff proves that Sony can still do complex character studies without Marvel Studios. Now, I'm not going to talk about the other characters like Gwen and Peter because, although their stories are good as well, they're not as well built as Miles' story. But do keep in mind that they are still really good. Okay, although I will not get into the other character stories, I will discuss why all their stories in this movie are balanced so well. And it's kind of confusing to explain, but I'll try my best. So there are a lot of stories in this movie. From Miles' story to the whole Spider-Verse plot, it's a lot to juggle. But the writing really helps this. Phil Lord and sorry if I pronounced his name wrong. Rodney Rothman really take the time to give these characters life. Although Spider-Ham, Spider-Man Noir, and Penny Parker aren't really explored too much, this is more of a Miles, Peter, and Gwen Stacy movie. It didn't really need too much of the other Spider-Men. Oh wait, sorry. Spider-People to carry it. The writing also really proves why this movie won Best Animated Feature at this year's Academy Awards. This shows that Sony can balance out their apparently planned Sony Spider-Man universe of movies without Marvel Studios. Also, Sony, dear God, please do not call your universe Sony's universe of Marvel characters. Please, Sony, don't name it that. That's just disgraceful. It just sounds horrible. Okay, so I know I only had 2 reasons for this video, but even with these 2 reasons, it shows that Sony can make a Spider-Man movie without Marvel Studios. From great writing to great character structure to great character balance, with Spider-Verse, Sony might be able to pull off this planned universe of movies they have. Although I would much rather prefer Spider-Man be in the MCU, we have to face the facts that he's probably not coming back, which is a shame. But it's true. The thing Sony needs to remember, though, is to be Spider-Verse and not Venom. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss any future videos.